Hi, welcome back to Jess Unsolicited. Filming outside again, laying in the sun, getting some vitamin D because that's the only D I'm getting in my life. Um, anyway, um, I don't know. I just been thinking a lot the last couple days about like where we put our energy. I'm gonna get a little bit deep in this video, um, so it's everything is energy. You know, like the earth is based, everything that grows, the sun, everything is based, we're energy, and we vibrate at certain levels. You know, you vibrate at higher levels and lower levels, and you have to be really careful about if you're vibrating, and I'm just going to use these numbers just out there for easy explanation, but if I'm vibrating at a 10 and I'm constantly surrounding myself with people who are at a 5, what's going to happen? They're going to, they're going to bring me down. It's going to change my vibrational level, where I'm, my happiness level or my peace level or whatever it is. And like I said in the beginning, one of the early videos, might have been the first video, I'm doing a lot of work on myself, and I have been, and just learning a lot and healing and meditating and just doing a lot of things like that and getting myself aligned. And I've always like been aware, and which I'll refer to as like woke or whatever. Like I've always known there's more to this than just this, and I always knew that like I had a special purpose. And usually when I talk to folks, like either you have no idea how to take me, or you're on my level and you get it, basically. I mean, there's no really in between with me. People who know me either love me or hate me. Usually it's how it goes. My mind doesn't work like everyone else's. Give me, like, I overthink. I have 1,000 different solutions or scenarios, and it's crazy. It drives myself crazy, or I drive myself crazy with that. So but I've learned that, I say in the last like month or so, that the better that I've gotten at controlling my energy and honing that in and things like that, and working on those things, that, well, besides like feeling overall different, I'm not as like all over the place. My anxiety isn't as bad. It's nearly, it's basically non-existent. Honestly, now that I think about it, I just kind of realized that. But I mean, the world is changing. We all know that. So I'm just emphasizing, like, I don't know how spiritual you are, who you pray to, like I said, like I pray to God. I also believe in my spiritual guides and things like that. And I know that, they help us, and God sends angels and all of those things. That goes a lot deeper, and that's a whole different video. But the time is coming to where basically you need to get aligned and pick your side, because good and evil can't reside in the same place. It just can't be. You can't preach one thing and be living a whole nother life, it's just not possible. You can't say I'm this person and I'm that and I'm this, and then go and be grimy. It just doesn't work like that. And the people who are living like that, they're gonna it's all coming out. You're gonna be exposed. I mean, it's by the end of this year. That's what 2020 is. Whether you like this year or not, this is the shit where everything's coming to surface. 2020, perfect vision. This was everyone's eyes were to be open and pick a side, because after this year, this world is not going to be the same. And you can look at it as like material realm stuff, like the market's not going to be the same, or this isn't. But spiritually, this world is not going to be the same, and people are going to be paying their karmic debts. And it's just going to start probably about October. Watch it, mark my words. And I'm very grateful, and I give my thanks to God every day that I am finally right with myself. And that's what it took. It actually took my last breakup to get me right. That wasn't that was a lesson. That was the biggest lesson probably of my life. People lie to your face and all of this, and you'll know what the truth is. I did, in my experience. Like, I knew everything that I felt, I knew what the truth was, but because I was the type of person who, it's like, oh, unless I got the receipts in my face, like, I don't want to believe it, I don't want to believe this about this person, because you fall in love with their potential, who they can be, because when you're you're gifted like myself, you see people's potential. You see that broken child in them. You see them for who they really are, regardless of what mask they put on, no matter what little clothes they put on or fake jewelry and shit, and perpetrate like their one thing. People don't like when you can see the real them. So they do what they can to break you down and destroy your energy. And I allowed that to happen to myself. So it was a lesson, because I got realigned and I'm stronger now than I've ever been. Because it wasn't just that. I've always, when I should have been learning a lesson, I put that Band-Aid on, and I wasn't learning those lessons that I should have been learning. But I learned it now. It took a minute. I got the receipts that I needed, you know, all of that shit, because I still didn't trust my intuition. And my gut's always been right. And every time I don't listen, I pay the price for it. So now part of that healing and that growing and all of that was finally going, you know what? I'm going to stop denying what I know. I'm going to stop denying my gifts. I'm going to be in tune with myself. I'm going to be at peace with myself. Sorry, I'm sweating like crazy. It's freaking hot out here. But and I'm going to, you know, do the work for myself. My energy is for me, and it no longer is just going to be given freely out to folks because I feel sorry for them or they've given me their pity party story, you know, their whole life's been bad. That's not my problem anymore. My problem is making sure that I'm aligned right and trusting that I'm going to be put in the pathway of the folks that are either going to be on my level or going to be building with me. No longer going down to try to help build people up so they can use and abuse you and laugh about you with other folks and all that bullshit. No one's playing those games anymore. This is a time to get your shit right or pay the price later. I promise you, you better get your spirit right, because this is a spiritual battle. I've already fought one. I feel like they might have won in their ways. I feel like I won in my ways because I have spiritually grown. And you can't take that shit away from anybody. The peace that I have, the love that I have for myself. Like, oh, people will swear like, oh, you're going to be alone. Or, you know, if anybody knows me, they know I enjoy being alone. People interrupt my peace. I don't know. I've lived in this damn house for 4 years. I bet you there's probably 3 people that know where I live. Legit. I'm not that person. I'm not this social butterfly that needs to be out and be in everybody's business, and I don't need anybody's approval anymore. I used to be like that. I used to feel like I needed, you know, to be accepted, and I'd be quiet at certain times when I really should have spoke the fuck up, or, you know, things like that. Because people can't handle the truth. You know, they can't handle when you are your authentic self. They feel like, well, this can't be real because everybody else is so fucking fake. That's all they're used to. And because they're fake and they won't come to terms with who they really are because they're so scared of being judged and all of this, that they assume everything is fake and everybody must be full of shit because they're full of shit. But it's not the case. So my advice for you all, whatever, get right. Get your spirit right. Get your mind right. Get your soul right. You better, it's a spiritual battle, man. What side are you on? Like, for real, for real. So peace and love.